What's going on, y'all? It's Super here, and I'm coming at y'all with one of my first anime versus battles video where I'll be power scaling two characters, pinning them up against a fight and seeing who wins. So if you enjoy this type of content, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, and let's go ahead and get into this fight. As you can see, it will be Kid Goku from the 22nd World Tournament where he fought Tien versus Naruto from the Final Valley. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to be examining their strength, their speed, their durability, their techniques and their tools, and seeing who win in a fight. So let's go ahead and get into this. So the first category we're going to analyze is strength. So we're going to start with Kid Goku first. So Kid Goku doesn't really have any scalable feats in the middle part of Dragon Ball, which is the version of Goku we're using, but a lot of his insane feats for strength come from early Dragon Ball. For example, the boulder feat, Master Roshi was being a lazy ass and didn't want to train Goku and Krillin in fighting, so he was like, we won't train until you're able to push this big boulder, right? And his intentions was, oh, this boulder is massive, they won't be able to push this boulder, at least not for a very long time, you know what I'm saying, until they did their strength training. But Goku literally pushed it, like instantly. Like he was able to push this massive boulder, and I'll throw on the calculations for this. As you can see, that's about a 432 ton boulder right there that Goku's pushing. It's a massive boulder. You can see how much bigger the boulder is in them. Like, you'll need probably multiple vehicles to be able to tow that boulder in real life. So Goku in strength was insane. Another feat that he made even before the Master Roshi training, when he was looking for the Dragon Balls with Bulma, and he was getting in a casual workout. He picked up a relatively big boulder, which the lifting feat itself is not that impressive because the boulder's a little bit bigger than him. I mean, that's obviously superhuman, but the impressive part is he picks it up and he just literally applies force to the boulder with his arms and crushes the boulder in half. So that feat in itself was he was applying about 1,500 metric tons of force to be able to apply that boulder. As you can see, the pixel scaling in the pounds per square inch it just takes to crush like certain types of common rocks like granite. That's about a mid ball right there. So it could have been lower, it could have been higher, but 1,500 metric tons of force is in the middle ground, which is what I tried to do overall in this video. So now we go to Naruto's strength feats. So his biggest strength feat is his snake summoning feat, and I know there's calculations on it, like the exact force in terms of like tons and stuff, but basically he stopped a massive snake that's like probably like hundreds of times bigger than Naruto, full charge, full speed, and with the basic QB amp, not the cloak amp, just the basic QB amp, he was able to stop that snake. And that snake is even bigger than the snakes that the Sound Village used to invade the Leaf Village. When they invaded the Leaf Village, they used massive snakes, and those snakes that were even smaller were easily just taking out multiple buildings and multiple city blocks. So if you want to highball it, you could say those snakes scaled the small city level, which is about 3.4 kilotons of TNT for a single charge that was being applied to Naruto, and he stopped the snake completely in its tracks. And Naruto was way smaller than the snake. You have to take that into consideration. Naruto is not a big object, so 3.4 kilotons of TNTs worth of yield or force or destructive power was in that snake, and Naruto stopped that. So That's just his overall strength. His striking power is not that much, but his striking power is still heavily impressive. When he was fighting Sasuke in the final valley, he punched him so hard that Sasuke bounced across the entire valley. He was bouncing on water across the entire valley to the other side and crashed into some stone, and the stone like just completely shattered. So that in itself is easily, a couple metric tons of force into that punch right there. Alright, so the next thing we're gonna talk about in terms of these two characters is their durability. So we're gonna start with Kid Goku first again. So Kid Goku is obviously a very durable character. I'm actually gonna do both of these at the same time. So Naruto, he's obviously pretty durable. That same snake feet also applies to his durability. So he could tank a couple kilotons of TNT, and at least in his amped One Tails form. But Naruto gets way stronger by the final valley during compared to during the Forest of Death. So it will be even higher than that. But the one thing with Naruto characters that's it really doesn't make much sense, but it's just the way the Naruto world works because it's ninjas and they use a lot of tools. Like Naruto characters are specifically vulnerable to piercing attacks. Like for example, like Aruka, who's a Jonin, who should in theory scale above like Naruto from the Final Valley, at least in base form. He can easily, get hit and pierced by shurikens and demon wind shurikens like we saw in episode 1. Naruto in the Final Valley, Sasuke threw a kunai or a shuriken at him, and it cut his skin. So like cutting and piercing attacks like are very effective against Naruto characters. Like Chidori, just rips straight through Naruto's body, which granted Chidori is like way more powerful than a shuriken, but it's a piercing attack. Like Sasuke's fireball jutsu literally did nothing to Naruto. Like Naruto's literally tied up against the rock and it did nothing to him, the fireball jutsu. But piercing attacks like Chidori and shurikens, they are very weak to those attacks, Naruto characters. On the other hand, Goku was shown to be able to easily piercing attacks like really have no effect on him, at least when his guard is up. Because I know like in Dragon Ball Super, like he got slapped by that ray, and then but you see in regular Dragon Ball Z like Frieza's death beams, Goku is easily able to deflect those. But we're talking about Dragon Ball Goku. When Dragon Ball Goku was invading the Red Ribbon Army, a sniper was on a roof, and he had like a olden style marksman's rifle, most comparable to a Kar 98K is what it most similarly looks to, but it fires a sniper round. So he literally shot Goku in the side of his face, and it literally just knocked him like to the side and like just basically bounced off of him. Like he felt the force and got knocked over, but it did not pierce him at all. And he literally just kept running, and literally the only effect he had from that was some pain. So piercing attacks do not work. If it's a Kar 98K, that's a 7.92 millimeter round going 760 meters per second or 1700 miles per hour. If that hit Naruto, if Naruto can easily get cut by fucking like shurikens and shit, like a sniper round going that fast hitting him in the face, like he'll probably get deleted, but we can't be quite sure. But piercing attacks, seem to be pretty ineffective on Goku. So in terms of that ends, Goku wins. But another durability feat Goku has also is the heat-seeking missile feat. When he was also in the Red Ribbon Army and General Black was in his robot, he shot a heat-seeking missile at Goku, and heat-seeking missiles, on average go 1500 meters per second, right? And Goku literally just kicks it away And once again, literally the only effect he really had was some pain. You know, he was in pain after the kick, but he can react to stuff going at 1500 meters per second, which is not that impressive. We'll get into their speed later, but anyway, he was able to kick that away, and that should easily have tons of force and velocity, high velocity going at Goku, and he just easily kicks it away with minimal damage. But Goku's biggest durability feat that we see is the Krillin Kamehameha feat. So when Krillin and Goku were fighting in the tournament, Krillin shot a Kamehameha, and Krillin's Kamehameha should scale far above Goku's first Kamehameha. When Goku was on Fire Mountain, he shot a Kamehameha and it crumpled Bulma's car, which should be made of low grade steel. So that is about 1,500 metric tons of force that Kamehameha applied to Goku. I mean, applied to the car that Goku shot the Kamehameha to. And that was Fire Mountain Goku before any Master Roshi training. So Krillin's Kamehameha should scale far above that, cause like Krillin would slap Fire Mountain Goku from the tournament, from the 20-second tournament. Like Krillin should slap the shit out of him. So Goku shot the Kamehameha at him, right? And Goku literally just blocked it with one hand, like it blew up on his hand, and he literally took no damage from that shit. So like that's probably his biggest durability feat. You know, it probably that Kamehameha scales to like Dodon Ray, which was easily, you know, like destroying other tournament fighters who scale pretty high. And yeah, that's Goku's biggest durability feat right there. So let's move on to speed, right? So far I'll say it's about pretty even in terms of strength and feet. You can make arguments for both characters. Goku probably has their lifting strengths are both pretty high. Their striking strengths, I'll probably give the edge to Goku there, just because of his boulder crushing feat, which should scale to striking strength. So I'll probably give Goku the slight edge there. But their lifting strength is both pretty insane, because you know the Naruto snake feat, it should and the Goku huge boulder feat, that should be around the same amount of force in both those feats. But so far, you know, I feel like it's a pretty even fight. But now we have to go into speed, and this is when things get really crazy, especially for Naruto or for Kid Goku. It's gonna be bad for Naruto, but this is where it gets crazy for Goku. So speed feats, I know it's probably gonna sound like BS if you're just a casual watcher, but Goku is faster than light, and you know this has been proven multiple times. I have 3 feats for you that are faster than light. So Goku, a lot of the robots in the Dragon Ball universe have lasers on them. We know lasers are relativistic or equal to light speed. They should be. And like Emperor Pilaf himself said that it was a laser cannon on one of his robots, and we see similar laser cannons being used by General Black's robot that he shot at Goku, and Goku was able to easily dodge these lasers. So that in itself should be a light speed feat, but you could imply that those lasers aren't going light speed based on the size of the explosion. They're probably slower than light speed. So if you want to take that as light speed, you know, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine, because these next 2 feats are easily faster than light, or faster than light plus even. So when Goku was fighting Tien, Tien attempted to use solar flare on Goku, which is a technique that basically takes the light of the sun and amplifies it, right, to blind your opponent. So this attack literally hits instantly, especially like for humans like Roshi. Like there's nothing they could really do to stop it. except for sunglasses. But in terms of like avoiding it itself, like for most characters, like that should not be possible because obviously it's a light speed attack for most characters in the Dragon Ball series that's gonna hit instantly. So Goku uses solar flare on Tien, right? I mean, Tien uses solar flare on Goku, excuse me. And Goku, before the attack hits him, because he has no sunglasses on, he's staring straight at Tien, when he uses solar flare. And light travels at a certain speed. For us, you will say like that should be instant, right? But it has travel speed, it has travel distance, but for us it's just instant. But the light has to travel to hit Goku, and that light is going at light speed, before it hits Goku and everybody else in the crowd. But Goku is able to, I don't know how he grabbed Master Roshi's sunglasses without being eliminated, but he is able to run to Master Roshi, take his sunglasses, get back on the stage, and stare Tien right in the face with the sunglasses before the light speed solar flare hits him. So let me put that in perspective. Tien uses solar flare. The light rays of the solar flare obviously have to travel to Goku's eyes for him to be affected by it, right? And Goku is able to run to Master Roshi, take off his sunglasses, and put them on himself before the light, which, is basically almost instant, can hit Goku's eyes in his face. So that in itself is faster than light, obviously, because he literally outran the light and took the glasses before, the light hit him, and put on the glasses before the light hit him. And further proof of this, Master Roshi didn't even react to Goku taking his glasses. Like, he was so confused when his glasses were gone. He was like, where the fuck did they go? And then he sees that Goku took the things, and we know Master Roshi is sub-relativistic or relativistic plus to light, because when he fought Goku in the 21st Budokai and had to blow up the moon with the Kamehameha, he shot the Kamehameha at the moon, and it literally reached the moon in a few seconds. So that's easily sub-relativistic or relativistic to light, and Master Roshi is able to, control that. So, he should scale to his Kamehameha in terms of speed and reaction time. So, someone who can react to, relativistic to light, attacks was basically completely blitzed by Goku. He couldn't even react to Goku stealing his sunglasses. So that further, proves that Goku taking Master Roshi's glasses is a light speed feat. And finally, for Goku's last feat, this is the most insane feat out of all the speed feats, and like this shouldn't even be humanly possible, or in terms of physics, it shouldn't be possible. But anime clearly ignores some physics. But when Goku was fighting Krillin, right? He literally was moving so fast that he disappeared. Like in a lot of animes, like characters will be moving so fast that they'll create after images, or there'll be a blur. Like when Naruto got his QB amp and was fighting Sasuke, and Sasuke only had the 2-tomo Sharingan. Like, he was moving too fast for Sasuke to react to, and he was just a blur to Sasuke. But even though he can't react to him, like, he can still see his body coming, but he just can't react to it. So, the effects of fast speed is like after images and blurs. But Goku was moving so fast that he literally was invisible to Krillin, who should be relativistic to light also. Master Roshi, who should be relativistic to light also. Same thing with Master Shin, should be relativistic to light also. Literally the only person who could see him was Tien, who scales about equally to Goku. So they're both light speed. But the thing about this feat is, like I said with physics, this shouldn't even be really a possible feat, because in order for you to become completely invisible, right? Because if you're moving super fast to where you can't to where your perception can't keep up with someone. Like you should start seeing after image effects or like blur effects. But for you to go invisible from moving so fast, that would literally mean you have to be outrunning light in a sense, because light is what makes colors and makes it so that you can see everything. So if you're literally invisible, moving so fast that you're invisible, to not only because regular human eyes, and this is talking about regular human eyes too, when I'm saying that you have to outspeed light, because to regular human eyes, for something to be moving so fast to be invisible, it will have to be out moving light. If it's not, then it'll just be like an after image, like I said, or like a blur, even if it's going super fast. Like when you turn on the lights, like even though it happens instantly, like it's not like the light is like invisible and then suddenly like appears, like it comes down and you can see it like turn on. So that's regular human eyes. But Krillin and Roshi, can react to things that are, relativistic to light. So their sight is thousands, or their sights and reactions are thousands of times better than regular humans. And they still were perceiving that Goku had vanished and had turned invisible. Only Tien, who also scales to Goku, who should be faster than light, could see Goku. So like I said, Goku would literally have to be faster than light to be completely invisible to the average eye. But the other thing you have to consider is that the sun, or our source of light, which is the sun, is like a constant thing. Like say like I was behind Goku, right, and I like shot like a flashlight that had infinite range, right, and say it was just like a completely dark void with no light, and I shot it at Goku and he had to like run in front of the light, right? Like I would never be able to see him because he would be out running the light before the light could touch him, so I'll never be able to see him. But the thing is, on the earth where the sun, at least during the daytime, is constantly shining, it's a steady continuous ray. So what I'm basically getting at here is that this invisibility feat should not even be possible. So this means like the only explanation to this, if you want to say that Goku is massively faster than light, or maybe he has immeasurable or infinite amounts of speed to be able to pull off such a feat, like you can't really say. But he was probably going like way massively faster than light in terms of anime logic for characters like Krillin and Roshi to not be able to see him. So I've talked about Goku for speed forever there. So now getting into Naruto, I'll clap for him. He's pretty fast, but it scales nothing to freaking Goku. Like it's not even close in terms of speed. So Goku can instantly vanish to the human eye and use body flicker techniques, which is hypersonic feats. Sort of in the 30,000 mile per hour range. So that's pretty fast, right? And then he also scales to Chidori Sasuke, which, if you really want to wank it and highball it here, because this is a commonly debated topic in the Naruto community, with Kakashi saying that he cut lightning with the Chidori, which means if you can use Chidori, at least Kakashi, he should be able to react to lightning, or even move as fast as lightning in order to cut a lightning bolt. And speed is necessary to be able to use Chidori. That's why it makes that noise, that bird chirping noise from the speed and the lightning being generated. That's why it makes that bird chirping noise. So we could assume that Sasuke will be able to pull off or a similar feat to chopping lightning. So and we know that Naruto scales to Chunin exam Sasuke's, because they were basically evenly matched. Or you could even say Kid Naruto was stronger than Sasuke when they fought on the rooftop hospital. So that's massively hypersonic, or in the 270,000 mile per hour range if you just scale it off of lightning. But that's massively hypersonic. But 70,000 miles per hour is nothing compared to light speed. So basically what that means is if we're just going off of pure speed, like Goku just speed blitzes Naruto will seem extremely slow to Goku. And yeah, so Goku just destroys in speed. So now we're gonna just look at some like techniques that each of the characters have, transformations, and some tools to see if that'll give anybody an advantage. So Naruto's strongest techniques is Gamabunta summoning and Rasengan are his strongest technique. So Rasengan, you know, assuming that it can actually damage your opponent, it can destroy flesh on a cellular level, and it also negates any healing or regen. So Goku doesn't have any strong healing or regen, so that negated regen ability would not be super useful, but it still causes significant damage because it negates regen. And Rasengan applies thousands of pounds of force in the attack. As you can see, when it hits Kabuto and just sends him flying at massive velocities and completely destroys that rock that he got sent into. So that, and then Gamabunta, he himself probably scales to like maybe like large city level, because you see when he was fighting Shikaku, just him moving and jumping around was destroying large parts of forest, and he was like, we gotta wrap this up quickly or else the terrain will shift too much, and he was just basically fucking up the whole habitat. So he's easy like large city level plus easily. So that is a massive advantage that Gamabunta has, but I don't really think he'll be able to do anything because, like I said, Goku's literally just too fast, and Gamabunta is durable, but Goku's Kamehameha, which I'm actually gonna get into right now. So Goku's Kamehameha strength is kind of questionable because we know at the least it can destroy cars that are made of low grade steel, but that was in Fire Mountain when Goku was massively weaker than he is in the tournament versus Tien. So we know that in terms of like strength and speed, Tien Goku scales above Roshi pretty easily, and Roshi is the same person who blew up Fire Mountain with his full power Kamehameha. And the feat for that is 6.96 kilotons of TNT, which is 44% yield of the Hiroshima nuke. Just to put that in perspective, so 44% of the damage to destroy Fire Mountain, and that scales above Naruto's strength and durability feat, which is 3.4 kilotons, which is 24% of the Hiroshima nuke. So that scales above Naruto's total durability. And then Roshi also blew up the moon in the 21st tournament, which is the one before Goku fights Tien. So Goku is even stronger than he was in the 21st tournament, and in the 22nd tournament he scales above moon busting Roshi, at least in terms of speed and strength. And the moon busting feat is moon level, which is about 2.31 times 10 to the 17th kilotons of TNT, or basically like if you put like 17 zeros in front of 2.3 kilotons of TNT. And for perspective, the moon busting rate was only 44% of the yield of one Hiroshima nuke, but the moon busting feat is, imagine you have 1.6, right? Multiply that by 10, so 16.5, and then put 16 zeros in front of that. So that's that many nukes in terms of kilotons of TNT, that moon busting feat. So obviously that'll instantly vaporize Naruto. Like, he just cannot compete with that level of strength. But the thing is, we do know that Goku scales above Roshi in speed and strength, but does he scale above Roshi in terms of ki manipulation and ki control? Because, that's a whole different story, right? Because we could give Goku the benefit of the doubt and say, um, his ki manipulation and ki control should be as good as Roshi since he's stronger than him, but Roshi, has hundreds of years of training in ki manipulation and ki control. So, his really should be much better, and we don't know if Goku really trained his ki that much, besides, just his natural, abilities, which, give him a high ki, but, he hasn't really trained it. So, it's really up for grabs, but in my personal opinion, I don't think Goku's Kamehamehas are moon level like full power Roshi's are, but I'll definitely give him the benefit of the doubt and say he could probably destroy Fire Mountain with his Kamehameha, which is still 6.96 kilotons of TNT, and so that's what I'll put him at his Kamehameha. Because, his Kamehameha on Fire Mountain was destroying the car, and, he's massively stronger than that in the tournament versus Tien. So, yeah, his Kamehameha should, in theory, one-shot Goku, and it should really have no problem. I mean, his should one-shot Naruto, and it should have no problem hitting Naruto either, because if it scales to the speed of like Dodon Ray and Master Roshi's Kamehameha, that's easily relativistic to light speed, which Naruto's only massively hypersonic, so he shouldn't be able to dodge that. So that's a one shot, but it might even be weaker than the Fire Mountain Kamehameha wave, so who knows. But in terms of tools, like I said, Goku piercing and cutting things really don't work on him. So shurikens and kunais wouldn't do shit. Explosions don't really do shit either, cause he tanked Krillin's Kamehameha. So paper bombs wouldn't really do shit. In terms of tools he actually does have a pretty viable tool in the power pole, which can literally stretch infinite lengths, as Goku used the power pole to rise all the way to the moon and put the rabbit gang on the moon to make marshmallow treats for kids. So he could really just use that to zone Naruto the whole time, honestly. Like, he could literally just zone the shit out of him, and he has enough strength to knock him back with the power pole. But I don't think Goku will fight like that, but if he needs to, like, that's easily a viable strategy. He could just zone Naruto with the power pole until, he exhausts or, gets beaten or unconscious. So, finally, we have transformation. So, literally, the multiplier in terms of, like, speed and like strength and durability is equal. So Goku has Ozaru, which is a 10 times multiplier that's stated in the data books, and Naruto has the one-tailed cloak, which is also a 10 times multiplier. So it multiplies both of their abilities by 10. So it will be a pretty even in terms of pure power, but you also have to take into consideration the weight increase that Goku gets into Ozaru, because that also scales with the power increase he gets, the weight that he gets. Because obviously, like, say like Goku's like 10 times stronger, right? If Goku is 10 times stronger in his regular human form and punches something, like, it'll do a certain amount of damage. But if he's 10 times stronger from in his great ape body form, when he punches something, his fist is way bigger and way heavier, so it will do more damage. So I feel like in theory, yeah, Ozaru was probably a superior transformation to one-tailed cloak, but at least Naruto has more control when he's in the one-tailed cloak. But even so, like, not really. Like, Naruto won't just be destroying random shit like Goku would in Ozaru, but usually in his one-tailed cloak or whatever tail cloak, he's completely bloodlusted on his target and really isn't thinking about anything else. So his control in one-tailed cloak is really not that good either. And Goku with Osaru, you know, it feels like a fight. Like, even though Goku's extremely bloodlust and out of control, like, if something's, you know, fighting him, you know, that's what he's gonna focus on trying to kill. You know, like with Emperor Pilaf, when he was flying around shooting at him with the airplane, you know, Goku stopped destroying the castle and started trying to slap the airplane out the air. So I think Osaru is a more superior transformation. So, you know, I brought all the facts for you guys, and after, you know, looking at all the facts and analyzing, Goku's speed is just too much for Naruto to handle. Like, Naruto is, yeah, fast. Like, if you want to give Naruto the benefit of the doubt and say he's massively hypersonic, or scales to lightning, you know, you could give him that. But even that's, like, really, like, a benefit of the doubt, because a lot of people don't like to use that lightning cutting feat to scale Naruto's speed, or just like speed in general. So he's probably not even that fast, but I'll just give him the benefit of the doubt and say he is that fast, because regardless of whether I give him the benefit of the doubt or not, it doesn't matter, because Goku is massively faster than light, as we can see. So in terms of attack potency, I'll still give Goku the edge, not a huge edge. Naruto, you know, has the snake stopping feat and whatnot, but you know, in terms of speed, like if Goku is serious from the start, going full power, and Naruto's going full power from the start, like I said, Goku will literally think Naruto is like slow, because like he just does not scale to Kid Goku in terms of speed. Kid Goku moving at full speed would literally just be blurs to Naruto, and he would just get blitzed completely. So yeah, just because of speed alone, Kid Goku should be able to win pretty easily. Not to mention the power pole that he could use, which I don't really see a counter. Naruto doesn't have a counter for the power pole either, so there's that too. And then Goku's Kamehameha, in theory, should also be able to one-shot Naruto pretty casually. Even low-balling Goku's Kamehameha to Fire Mountain, that should be in one shot. And then if you highball it to moon busting Roshi, that's literally vaporization. Like, his bones and everything, Naruto's everything will be completely gone. So that's that. Now since Goku spells to light speed, the fastest version of Naruto in the Shippuden also scales to light speed. So I'll just get my thoughts on that right quick. In the Shippuden, Naruto would slap the shit out of Kid Goku just off of pure techniques alone, and I'm pretty sure we've seen calculations where Six Pass Naruto is like thousands of times faster than light. Like, I know we have calcs for that when he was fighting Kaguya and able to react to her instantaneous attacks. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, comment, and let me know what versus battle you guys want to see next. And I'll see y'all for the next video.